Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek, and I'm here with Todd Rowland from Alderac Entertainment Group, AEG, looking at Love Letter Batman.
And
due out March 2015. A twist on Love Letter.
it is a twist on Love Letter. It is a new version, and it does have a slight rules twist to it. In this one, instead of writing people love letters, you're more punching them in the face with Batman, because that's how Batman makes a living, right?
That's right.
Punching people in the face.
Doesn't sit around at his desk. Escriva, and I'm going to write.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason why Wayne Industries manages to stay open, because there's nobody running it. But anyway,
That's right. It has good delegation skills.
Apparently
all
so.
the other people do their
apparently
stuff.
so, yeah, he hires Morgan Freeman, and the whole thing runs fine.
So maybe you could open this up and show us what's in
absolutely.
here. We have the bag.
You have the utility pouch
Okay.
here, which comes with your bat tokens for playing the game, which is actually part of the rules twist. We'll explain in a moment. Cool little bat tokens, and you have your new cards, including the Batman himself as the guard. Now, the rules twist in this one is that you are attempting to capture the inmates of Arkham Asylum. They've escaped, as they usually do, because Arkham is a horribly lax prison, apparently.
It's a very boring series otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're trying to capture them, and you play as a normal Love Letter, where the most valuable card at the end is the most dangerous criminal that you've caught, and you win. In this case, the Joker being the 8, being the most dangerous, followed by several others. In the game, if you win the round as a normal Love Letter, you would earn a bat token. So you get your bat token just like in normal Love Letter. However, in this version, Batman is attempting to capture them. And let's say you're playing against someone and you play Batman as the guard type card, and you say, do you have Catwoman? And the other person is...
Or are you Catwoman?
Are you Catwoman? Yes. And the other person's like, oh, I am Catwoman, I'm out. You've successfully punched out Catwoman, apparently. And so you get a bat token. You get a bonus bat token right then. If they say, are you Bane? Yes, I'm Bane. You get another bonus bat token. And so instead of trying to win 4 rounds, you're trying to win 7 bat tokens. So the game can go quicker than usual. It can go several rounds, just a few rounds, because not only do you get a token for winning the round, you also get tokens throughout the round. If you're a good detective, you can figure out who people are. The sole exception to that is, of course, Robin, who you do not get a bonus bat token for punching out Robin.
Shame in there.
Exactly.
Well, you can't punch him well, no, you could try.
You can do the internet thing and slap him when he says something, right? But
That's right.
but no, you don't get the bonus bat token for punching out the Boy Wonder.
Okay. No. Was there any... So, as you're doing this, so you have multiple, you have the wedding edition, you have different artwork, you've got loot letter, you got this. How does this all work as you're working with sort of the base Love Letter? Just like this canvas now with every flavor, every sort of
It really
different image going.
Yeah, canvas is a great term for it, because what we've done is, as we've acquired different licenses and met with other license holders.
Right, so this is done in sort of cooperation with Cryptozoic, which has a license.
Cooperation with Cryptozoic. They've been fantastic partner in this, because they already have relationships with Warner Brothers and DC and Cartoon Network and various other partners. And what we've done is, when the partner, the license holder, like Cartoon Network or Warner Brothers or whoever, has said, yes, we think it'd be cool for you to do Batman, we would sit back and think, okay, taking the Love Letter frame, what can we do to make this feel like Batman, even if and make a slight change to it? You know, in several of the versions like Wedding and things like that, it's just a straight reskin of the game. Letters to Santa is the same way. It's a straight reskin of the game. But for the licenses, we want to do some little twist. We don't want to go completely off the rails and it not feel like the initial game of Love Letter anymore. But we want to do something that makes it unique. So the Batman has the punching people in the face, which Batman does. Whereas over in our other version that we have of The Hobbit actually introduces a new card, a 0 value card for the One Ring, that adds a new effect to the game. And Legolas and Tauriel both take on the role of the Baron in 2 different cards, and they target higher and lower value cards. So there's always a little twist that we're going to do in each of the licenses going forward to try to, make it a neat variant that people can enjoy.
You mentioned as well, you brought up Adventure Time. there's also Love Letter Adventure Time. I don't know if that's just the name, and how is that going to work?
Okay, so Love Letter Adventure Time is being done in conjunction, and of course, with Cartoon Network. They have been really great to work with. Cartoon Network is really cool. They really like Love Letter, and it's going to have, as you'd expect, Princess Bubblegum will be in the princess role, and in this case, Finn and Jake will be in the prince role as two distinct cards, Finn and Jake. And they have what we call the buddy victory, where if you play Finn and make someone discard their card and draw another card like the prince does, if the card they have to discard is Jake, you've gotten the buddies together, so you win right away.
Okay.
If you play Jake and they have to discard Finn, you've gotten the buddies together, and it's an alternate win condition,
Right.
basically. And then other than that, again, it's basic Love Letter, trying to get your letter to Princess Bubblegum. And then we also have in the works, we have a license with Archer from FX that'll be coming about the same time. And in this one, when you play Love Letter, as most people who've played will know, you take one card at the beginning of the game and it's out of the round. So there's that little bit of lost information. In the Archer version, because they're ostensibly a spy agency, they will the hidden card will actually become a bigger part of the game, with several cards in the set doing things with the hidden card, referencing the hidden card, and causing different effects like that. So there's all sorts of little tweaks that we're going to be doing, and we have other licenses coming up after those that we are unable to announce right now, but we already have several different variations of the game for them as well.
But again, with the same idea where it is Love Letter.
It is.
If you know this, you know generally what it's like, and yet twist a little bit.
You can sit down and play with anybody who's played Love Letter. You tell them the one or two little tweaks, but in many cases, like we had just played Batman together, and it feels. It's like
it feels
like a
different.
game.
Yes, there's just there's a little something. You may take a chance with this as opposed to doing something else because you could score more.
Right, you could get the point as opposed to playing it safe and try to win in a longer game. You know, because if you have a choice, be Batman.
So how does this work as a publisher in terms of putting these different twists on there? I mean, I assume one thing, of course, is sales must be good. So but you're also you're taking this game into it's a different market. The Batman customer.
Yes.
It seems weird to say a Batman customer, but the person who is interested in Batman is not necessarily a game player or
the
knows
Bat fan,
about this,
as we'll call them. The Bat fan is sometimes just a comic book fan. Could be a movie fan, any of those. And what we found is it is opening up new markets for us. The comic trade, which is a distinctly different avenue.
There's some overlap, I'm
There's some
sure.
overlap between gaming and comic, but there are distinct comic book stores and distinct game stores, and some overlap. But there are a lot of customers who are just comic fans, and that has opened up an entirely new market for us. The mass market is very interested in Batman and Adventure Time because they are popular IPs. That's opened up new avenues for us that we haven't been in before as well. So it's positive all around for us.
Well, that's what I assume. I mean, when you talk about the comic book market for Batman, and yet the number of people who like Batman way dwarfs the actual comics sold.
Exactly.
I mean, you think of the sales for the Avengers movie versus the actual circulation of the Avengers comic.
Well, Batman and the Avengers too. They're cultural icons as much as they are comics, right? Batman he's having a 75th anniversary this year. 75 years.
He moves pretty well for an old
He's
guy.
holding up, yes. As a cultural icon, I mean, that's everyone knows Batman. You know who Batman is. You know who Robin is. You know who the Joker is. You know these characters just innately, even if you've never picked up the comic, right? And that is the reach of it's amazing, number one. But also on a more personal level, it's actually really neat to be a little teeny part of that long stream of Batman over the years,
right.
and that. I know to me personally and to a couple of the other people at the company, that's been the most thrilling part is we got to do a little part of the history of Batman, a little teeny little wedge in there.
Right.
But it's really, really cool to be a part of that.
Anything else to talk about? Interacting with Seiji Kenai, designer
yes.
for this?
So
or
Seiji that was one of the more exciting parts. When the deal came through and we had the agreement from Warner Brothers and DC that we were going to do Batman, The Hobbit, the others, I got to write Seiji the email and say, hey, guess what? And he was thrilled. I mean, you could tell, even through the email, you could tell he was thrilled. And so then we started talking with him. And we said, okay, so we want to figure out a little tweak to each of the games. And of course, he lit up on that because he loves playing with his designs. And so we all worked together, and he would send over ideas, we'd send over ideas. We finally arrived on one that we liked, so we sent it to him and said, hey, here's the one we think we're going to go with. What do you think? And he gave his blessing on it, and we went forward with it. And every version that we've done, that we've come up with, has always gone to him to get that final, yeah, I think it's great, or, well, I'm not sure about it. And so we work on it a little bit more and make sure that he's happy with where it's going to end up. And again, he wrote too. He just said, I never thought I'd have a game with Batman on it, And Seiji's, he's such a nice guy. We're just thrilled to have him a part of it too. So
this all, I mean, just to talk about Love Letter itself for a minute, my understanding, I believe from talking with John Zinser, was that this was pretty much a chance encounter.
Oh yeah,
this was like the result of a chance 5-minute interaction where Seiji was just like, give me a chance to explain this.
Oh yeah, did he tell you about the elevator? The meeting in the elevator?
No.
Okay, so it was at Game Market in Japan. They're visiting, seeing other games, and several AEG people were just getting on an elevator to go to lunch or to dinner. I don't remember, but Seiji.
And you were not there specifically for Game Market, were you? I thought you were in Japan for another reason.
For ArcLight, our partner in Japan.
Right.
And some other things, but we had gone for Game Market as well, because it's always nice to go see the new things. But Seiji hops in the elevator and says, I have a game I'd like to show you. And everybody's like, okay, well, let's go find a table. We'll be happy to look at it, because he's very enthusiastic. And we're like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll go find a table. He's like, oh, no, I can show it to you here in the elevator. Okay. And so he's holding them in a hand, deals them to everybody, and then holds his card, hands people their card, draws his card, plays it, and plays the whole game basically in the elevator. And then everyone at AG was like, can we have that? And he says, yes, absolutely, take it with you. I've got several. He pulls out he had them in those cute little envelopes he made with the stickers. They were really cool. I've still got one up in my office, sitting up. I won't ever touch it, but he hands it, says, yes, take one with you. And AEG ended up playing it at dinner, at the bar, just hand after hand after hand. And we're like, there's really something amazing here in this little bitty game. And so we had no idea that it was going to become, a big, gigantic phenomenon or hit, like it has. But we're like, it's a good game, and we're going to totally bring this over. And so met with him the next day and said, Seiji, we really like this game. We'd love to publish this. And he agreed, and it's been ever since,
That's right. So advice for game designers, you corner publishers and elevators. Well, except you need that, you make that pitch. You talk it. I mean, that's the thing. If you go back to what's your 5-minute elevator pitch? That was the literal elevator pitch.
It was the literal elevator pitch. His enthusiasm, the fact that it was so easy to catch that he was confident he could show us that and how to play it in that elevator.
Right.
That was part of the sell as well. Just, wow, anybody can get this. Gamers can get it. Kids can play it. Mima can play it. I mean, everybody can play this game, right? And so that was why we were just, it was total chance. It could have been anybody. It could have been any company, any person on that elevator. And we just were very blessed that he happened to run up to the red shirts and say, hey, can I show you this? So
super. Well, thanks very much. Well, I'm sure we will hear of more in the future. Other twists.
Absolutely. There will be many, many more announced. Where, of course, with licenses you have to wait till the ink's dry, but there will be there will be more.
You got to give each one its little chance to shine.
Absolutely. So get ready to punch people out this March.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.